Hello, this is William Bowman. I'm creating the video that was requested to me earlier by Mr. Livette. Hopefully this finds its way to Sierra Mosley. That way you guys can take a look at what I found for your guys' website. If you could, I would really appreciate some feedback just to kind of tell me how I did and whether or not you found the information useful, because that's kind of what I'm after is whether or not you guys are getting good information out of this. So one thing, I wanted to go through your site and kind of show you guys what I found. So, this is your guys' site right here, Texas Green Tree and Landscaping. So I like the design. I think it's pretty clean. I like how you guys have pictures. You guys have a get in touch page. I think that you guys might want to put that get in touch page like an aspect to take action like immediately up here. That way people, if they come in and they like already, they just want to go ahead and contact you guys, they can. I like how this let's chat button is constantly there though, so that's great. One thing that I noticed is there's not very much content on this page, and I think that content is huge. I know that content is huge. You want to have 1,200 to 1,500 words on the very front page, and you want to have keywords in there that will allow people to find you. And what I mean by keywords is, these are keywords that people can search for you. Landscape, Lubbock, Texas. If I'm looking for landscapers in Lubbock, whether or not it, be tree trimming or landscaping, it's going to be through a search something like this. So if we look over here, one thing, the very front is usually a map pack is what they call it. This can be pretty powerful. If you guys aren't already certified through Google, you guys should go ahead and do that. It doesn't cost anything. It's pretty quick and easy, and it gives you guys a place to go ahead and get some ratings and reviews for free. You don't even have to build that out. So it's really great to go ahead and do that. You just need to go ahead and verify an address. So that's pretty easy. Then you get, this is, starting after the map pack is what's called the organic search. So this is based off of what you put in here. So, here we find Yelp, we have Home Advisor, we have BBB, Yard Book. These are a bunch of people that are, listing a bunch of companies. A lot of people will actually skip past that and come straight to the very first company, especially if it's important for them to do business with small businesses like myself, for example, only small businesses. So what they will do is they'll come to the very first competitor. So I already have that competitor open. Let's take a look. So Paradise Lawn and Landscape. Well, that wasn't very much. They have this, slider here. But that's it. That's a pretty small site. They have a lot of pages though. So it might be that basically they set up all of this content to point towards the front page. That way they, share some of this content to the front page. But honestly, they must be ranking on the front page for sharing all of these services, along with other items that might be important. So let's take a look at those. I have a tool here to kind of look at them. So you look at this and you see a bunch of numbers. Okay, so don't worry, I'm going to explain it. So you have URL rating. So they're ranked at 8. So this is on a 100-point scale. Usually for a company ranked this high on the Google search, I usually see this at 15, 20, DR of 35. So just to give you some perspective. UR is basically Google's way of saying, how much do I trust this site? How trustworthy is this site? So typically getting a UR, it takes a little bit of time. But one ranked this highly, I would expect it to be 15 or 20. So 8's pretty low. DR, domain rating, this is Google's way of saying, how much power your site actually has. So, how much reputation does it throw around? 0.2 is not very high at all. I actually don't really see numbers that get this low usually. So, that leaves for a lot of room of improvement. Then you have backlinks. So backlinks, these are, think of them like if I were to write a blog and I wrote an article and I referenced your site and I said, hey, Texas Green Tree Trimming and Landscaping in Lubbock, Texas is amazing. If you guys need any services, click here. So that's what's called a backlink. So they specifically link over to my site. Looks like they have 116 of those from 50 different sites. So that can be powerful. One thing that I will notate though is that not all backlinks are created equally. I can actually have, 1 or 2 backlinks, depending on how these are formatted, be every single one of these backlinks. And it's just basically based off of, like for example, this has a no follow backlink, which means that, this site has a domain rating of 79. That's a really good domain rating. The UR is about 14. That's not bad. I've seen higher, but 79 and 14, if they had a follow link on a backlink, that would shoot this page way higher. But it's not a follow link. So like I said, not all backlinks are created equally. And you have to take that into consideration when somebody has a lot of backlinks here. Now you look into organic. Oh, and by the way, that's 116 is not a lot. I've seen 5, 6, 7,000 backlinks. So that's 116 is not very much. But quality over quantity. Now, when we're looking landscape Lubbock, so it looks like they're ranked for landscape Lubbock. They're ranked number 2. That's 70 volume, 70 people searching every month for that. And they're ranked number 2. So they're going to get a lot of that volume. Same with Lubbock landscape, 60. It's crazy how just changing out a word. Landscaping Lubbock, Texas, 150. That's the big daddy. They should be focusing more of their time on this guy. So now that you kind of have an idea, let's take a look at your site. So this is your specific site. Looks like you don't have a UR and a DR. That actually can happen. A lot of times that happens when the site is brand new, or it might have a configuration on the actual setup that's wrong, that doesn't allow Google's crawlers to actually crawl the site. And I know that sounds pretty technical, but it's basically just a file that says to Google, whenever they try and search it, hey, you guys can search my site, no problem. And I'm not going to block you because I don't think you guys are a bad site or a malicious site. And I notice you guys have your SSL, so I know that you guys are good about keeping it secure, which is really important. Backlink 6, referring domain 6, organic keywords 14. So let's take a look at these organic keywords. Looks like you went up, you're working your way up there, but 39, 38, and these are tree removals. So looks like you guys are focusing more on tree removals in Lubbock, Texas. So, but you're still ranked number 38. So let's take a look to be completely, let's do tree removals real quick. I like to compare apples to apples here, right? So let's go to, here's the ads that I was talking about earlier. People can pay for those. A lot of people skip those. Then there's a map pack. My tree tech, here we go. So let's look at this domain, and I'm not going to take you through the domain and, walk you through all that again. Instead, we're going to say, hey, you guys are ranked number 38. What are you guys doing? What does your site look like for this specific keyword? UR 23, DR 4.3. So UR is good. It's getting there. DR 4.3, 99 backlinks, 52 referring domains, 358 organic keywords. So they do not have enough information on this page to be trying to target that many keywords. They're spreading themselves way too thin. They should do very targeted approaches, and they should focus on getting a good, look, no follow, 301 redirect. That means it doesn't really exist anymore. They need to work on getting better backlinks, and they need to focus on getting content is king. Google's algorithm looks at that. 1,200 to 1,500 words on your front site is very important. So I feel like it is, not saying too much to be able to, they're position number 1. That would not be hard to grab, if you guys are looking for more service, tree services for that volume, if you prefer those jobs, volume 80, volume 70, volume 60, volume 60. This is tree service in my area that's pinpointed to Lubbock. This is where you guys want to be. But I just wanted to shoot this quick video. I don't want to take too much more of your time. I know that we're already, I'm kind of approaching the 10 minutes mark here, and you're probably pretty busy, but I'm just hoping for some feedback on what you thought. If you guys could reach back out to me, you guys can either reach out via email. If you want to call me, it's 979-703-0056. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys stay busy. Bye.